Ayo, happy Tuesday and welcome back to my channel. So the Madlanga Commission has decided that one of the evidence leaders is going to read the testimony of witness X that we do not know. And that was after this morning, the chief evidence leader came and told us about the resolution that was taken between the media houses as well as those senior councils who are part of the evidence leaders. And they decided that certain witnesses are not going to be shown and their identity is going to be protected from their faces to their voices. Whereas other witnesses have said, just protect my face, but not my voice. And during the time when this testimony was given, a continuation from where Dumisani Kumalo left off, it was found that this witness doesn't seem like they are safe. And let me play the clip of Madlanga and what he has ruled on with regards to the going forward of this testimony of this person is to continue from where Dumisani Kumalo left off.
That had the potential of endangering the safety of witness X. As a result, we have decided to stop proceeding in accordance with the ruling made by agreement this morning. This decision has not been taken lightly because this commission values and respects transparency. Transparency is not transparency for transparency's sake. It is about the interest that the public has on matters that affect them. And this interest is founded in our constitutional values of accountability, responsiveness, and openness. So, we share any possible concerns that the public may have about the ruling that we are about to make. Transparency cannot be at the risk of endangering the safety of witness X. Thus, we must adopt a different format on how witness X's evidence must be tendered. In due course, the Commission will decide on how and when questions may be asked with regard to the testimony. In sum, the Commission makes the following ruling. 1. The evidence of witness X will be tendered in a different format. 2. The evidence leader that was leading witness X will read witness X's statement into the record. I hand down the ruling.
As you guys can hear that they have those problems that they decided to take this stance. Obviously, this has been met with a lot of criticisms. And in this video, I wanted us to look at the advantages and the disadvantages of this decision. First of all, I wanted us to start with the advantages. So the advantages is that it reduces time. When it comes to time management, at least things are going to be a little bit quicker in terms of how these proceedings are going to run, because he's just going to read the statement, show the demonstration, and that's simple like that. So it's that testimony that is going to be moving. Secondly, it's for the safety of the witnesses. You heard that Madlanga said that these witnesses have to be safe. So having such a proceeding where the evidence leader just read the statement, the witness won't be there, and then their safety is then guaranteed. Thirdly, it's on clarity. It's the matter of clarity that in most cases statements can be clear. At the same time, they cannot be clear. We'll talk about disadvantages, but sometimes statements can be clearer, straight to the cut, straight to the chase, then we move forward. Number 3, less in manipulation in terms of emotions and stuff like that, meaning we won't see how you feel about that particular thing. We're just going to read your statement and not know whether you were angry, whether you were happy. Won't know how to associate the feeling to the statement. So the statement would just be a statement without any feeling. Let us then go to the disadvantages of them taking this stance. Number 1 is that there will be no cross-examination, meaning they won't be able to test the credibility of what this person is saying. A process like Madlanga Commission has to be transparent, has to allow for us to see the credibility of whatever that person is saying, and it should be that cross-examination that's going to happen. And if now you're having a process whereby they're just reading us a statement, how are they going to ask? Who are they going to ask? Because that person is not even in that room. So which means that we are left with just the version of that person without having to ask further questions. I assume that the stance that they're going to take is that just read everything, do the presentation, then we send the questions to this person, the person answers the question, then they come back. That back and forth can work, but also can have its own problems, because what if I have more and more follow-up questions that I want to ask? And sometimes it's better to deal with the situation there and then. Whenever, let's just say we're dealing with a segment of Bramokhosi, the chat of Bramokhosi and Vusumuzi Matlala, it is better to deal with that particular section finish and then deal with another section that finish, instead of like dealing with the whole entire situation. Then we have questions, then you come and you answer everything. What if I have another follow-up, which means we're going to have that back and forth, which then defeats the purpose as to why are we having this whole entire commission, because you guys can have your own back and forth in the corner, just come and account to us. So I think that becomes a problem when it comes to the issue of accountability. And then when it goes to transparency, when you talk about transparency, it will look as if the commission is trying to protect certain individuals or certain people and is shielding them, because it is a very dangerous process. But in as much as we've seen Kwanazi, Dumsani, Fanmasemola showing face, Shadrach Sibia showing face and not hiding themselves, other people will say that if you really want the truth, you want change in South Africa, why don't you show your face? Why are we having such a process where people are hiding themselves? Slowly but surely, we're moving towards a position whereby people will say that, you know what, I don't want even the public to hear what I have to say. I'll just depose off an affidavit and leave it at that. And I think that's one of the biggest problems, or the situation that we are heading to, especially with regards to transparency, because this process, more than anything, it should be transparent. And I'm very disappointed at Madlanga Commission, because I think that they could have started with people that want to be on camera. Then at the end, then they can put these people. I think that to a certain degree, this might be a strategy to make people to be disinterested in the process, especially with the Madlanga Commission process, because this on its own will make people to not be that interested. And that is when you're going to lose crucial points about what is going on with the entire situation. I understand that the safety of witnesses is very important, because look at what happened with Dumisani Kumar. We don't even know what's going on. Clearly, it is a serious situation. But also, on the other hand, the public wants the truth from the horse's mouth. They want these people that have encountered these corruptions to be the one that are saying that this is what I've encountered, this is what I'm at. And the moment you take that away, you are putting this whole process into disrepute. You are making people to not have confidence in the entire process. So you're making people to be like, you know what, the best thing that we're going to do is you just stop watching. This is a way of making you to stop watching. And I hope the people of South Africa would not fall for the trap. Number three, one of the things that are disadvantaging the stance that they took is that it will lack some form of accountability. Because remember, guys, with the Madlanga Commission, when Mkonazi came, Masamula came, Fanny, Van Rooyen, as well as Miss Harrison. All these people, you could see their faces, how they present the evidence. And I think that is very important. As much as people be like, no, it's not, it is very important. Look at Shadrach Sibia. Shadrach Sibia and the ad hoc committee could just see and smell the lies. From how he even failed when he was asked by one of the MPs of the ANC as to, wait, how do you feel? What do you think about having someone like Brahma having classified information of the police? He came and he said, yeah, I don't feel anything, I don't care. You guys remember that moment? I'll put the clip of that moment.
To tackle crime, they use information they get from community members, which is fair. This is a different discourse, General. This person comes to you as a deputy national commissioner, brings an information about your intelligence services, not about what is happening in the community that will help you execute the mandate that you have. So this is different. I agree. It is important that you work with communities, get information, but this is different. A civilian comes to you, gives you information about your intelligence services. Did it not concern you that how did a civilian get hold of this kind of information as a person given a responsibility to manage and control the police service?
No, it didn't concern me.
Why?
So those are some of the moments that show you how important it is for us to see the person. It's the same thing with Shadrach Sibia. The coughing, the constant coughing, the everything makes you see. Trust me, guys. Physical appearance is very, very important. The way you present yourself, the way you are, sometimes plays a role in how people believe in you. I even once saw a video of someone who made that thing of trying to show us the truthness in the statement of Mkwanazi. They even showed us the emotions, how his emotions assure you that he knows what he's talking about. So having someone stand in front of us and we look at them, they look at us, we have that conversation, makes you to have more trust and faith in whatever that they're saying. So I definitely think that having someone off camera making things worse is just the evidence leader reading their statement makes matters even worse, because we're going to look at you are going to be talking and talking and talking, and that's where we get to see, oh, why did he think? Why did he hold here? What did he do? That helps us understand you even more and believe your story even more. But now you're taking that away from us. It will look like you are running away from accountability. It will look like you are running away from holding people in that standard of accountability where they have to come in front of the public and we assess them, not just what they say, but how they say it, the words that they use, their reaction, their confidence, their words, the choice of words. All of that helps you understand their version even better and make a much better informed decision. Another example from Sibia, the ad hoc committee. And whenever Sibia is asked questions, he always peruse through the documents. I don't know what he's looking for. Even if the question is just once a yes or no, he wants to go through the document, check something, then come back and answer that to show that it seems like he doesn't even know what he's talking about. So that is one example. Another example that should tell you how important it is for us to see how you react, how you give your testimony, because it makes us to make a decision not just on what you wrote on a piece of paper, what you said from your mouth, but also your reaction, which informs the final decision as to, no, there's something that does not add here. There's something amiss. Why would you fail to say yes or no? Instead, you're referring us to a 3-page document. It's like you don't know what you're talking about. Also, the issue of potential violation of procedural fairness. Other people can raise that issue and say that procedural fairness, we want every party to appearing here to be treated in a fair way. Everybody should be treated fairly. And now having certain people not showing face will seem as if they're, being treated in that standard of protection and all of that. I understand the nature of these proceedings. We knew that such situations could happen, but I think that with such a crucial testimony of Dumisani Kumalo, I didn't anticipate that we'll get to a point whereby an evidence leader reads the testimony. And when it comes to reduced public confidence, people will stop having confidence, as I've said, in these proceedings. It happens all the time. I don't know what you guys think. Please forgive me on the audio. I had to disconnect a little bit. There's something that we are fixing. I'm just like fixing a little bit of some things here with the audio. So I had to, shoot like this. So I'm sorry about the echo, but I hope you guys understand this video, understand my argument and what I'm saying with regards to this whole thing of Madlanga and the decision that they've taken. What do you think? Do you think it's a good thing that they've taken the stance, protection of witnesses, or you just think that they can do better than that? They should have allowed other witnesses that are willing to appear to first start, then at the end, then we can deal with other people. And what do you think about this back and forth, that if now the commissioners have questions, what are they going to do? How are they going to ask those questions and all of that? Nonetheless, guys, let me hear your thoughts. I will see you on my next episode.